Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing for Monday, the 19th of August. Okay, so synoptically, then, this is the situation last night. The low pressures I spoke about yesterday, still around the north and south of Iceland. There's another low actually out in the Atlantic, which is probably going to give us a problem over the next couple of days. But if we run this through to midday today, we can see the fronts are still not actually quite hit us. We're going to be left in quite a windy, breezy, southwesterly flow over here with this little ridge of high pressure, which should give some soaring today, although it may be quite a limited day. Winds at height, spot winds are showing about 200 degrees, 20 knots. And no cloud radar today, I'm afraid. Rain radar is showing rain associated with that first front out over Llywelyn Park, Swansea, that sort of area. And if I run through the rain forecast for the day, we can see that there is going to be quite a bit of rain down to the southwest, and we may just get hit around about here about 1:30 with the odd shower. But it is going to thin out after that, and then it's going to be a fairly dry evening up until when the next front comes in. You can see that over here. This is the main front that's going to hit us later on today. Local forecast is indicating overcast actually for the morning and clearing up in the afternoon. Southwesterly flow, 7, 9, 10 knots thereabouts. Word of caution though, as the front gets nearer, the winds are going to increase. And they're talking about 14 knots in the southwest with gusts of 28 by about 4 o'clock this afternoon. Max temperature about 18. GFS is indicating max temperature today 23 and dew point down at about 11. It's the view looking out from Alton at the moment. We haven't got any local cameras to show you, but you can see what I can see at the moment, sort of hazy out there. We're probably still suffering a little bit from the fires in Canada. And this is slightly out of date because of the weather station slightly out. Dave's forecast indicating the low pressure system is obviously approaching the afternoon. Possible by in the middle of the day, some blue thermals to 3,500, 4,000 foot, but then increasing top cover, stabilizing, getting weaker, which we sort of expect. Caution wind southwesterly 16 knots. Okay, Odium is indicating 2 knots from the south, and it's got quite a lengthy TAF, so I'll probably go straight on to Farnborough for that one rather than pick myself, except the TAF for Farnborough is not updated. So let's have a run through this one here. So between 6 o'clock this morning and 6 o'clock this evening, 2205 knots, 10k plus fizz, few at 400 initially, scattered at 3000, 30% probability temporarily between 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock. 4,000 meters and rain, a bit drizzle, scattered at 400 feet, with a probability temporarily between 8 o'clock and 1 o'clock, scattered at 1,500, broken at 3,000, becoming between 12 and 3, 210, 15 knots, temporarily 12, 18 with a dew point of 12, scattered at 2,500 feet. So top meteo is not very good really for any cross-country area, although we might be able to get away either to the north or maybe down to the southeast. And if I run through the thermal predictions for today, so this is at 10 o'clock this morning, showing weak blue thermals to about 2,000 feet. Some cumulus coming in around about 11 o'clock, but only to about 2,900, 3,000 feet thereabouts. And if I run this through till 12 o'clock today, 3,600 foot cloud base or blue to 3,600 feet. And you can see the effect of these fronts coming in over to the west. And then very, very rapidly from about 2 o'clock onwards, it weakens and gets lower. Okay, sky sight is indicating a very, very similar task area if it's going to be used at all. And if I run through the actual point forecast, cloud base is going to rise to around about 3,000 feet, maybe 3,500 feet perhaps for a few hours a day. But beware all this top cover. Throughout the whole day, we're going to have upper cloud cover and you would have been familiar with that yesterday, keeping the thermal strengths down a little bit. There is going to be some Q embedded within it, 3.5 knots thereabouts throughout the day, and the winds round about 230, something like that, 10 knots, with gusts of 16 a little bit later on. No Thames, not too disastrous around here. Obviously, 28 is us. 26 is Barton Stacey. 32 is the Ash Ranges. 31 I've got down today is Bulford Range. So Bulford Danger is actually going to be active today, but only about 7 o'clock this evening, so you don't need to worry about that too much. 38 is the usual Otmore, and 40 is the Husbos comps. So set up today then. The regional comps are on, as we know. It's going to be a slow start initially. Top covers will be an issue. Possible Q base at 3,500 foot by midday. Fresh southwest gusts, and they could be up to 28 knots. Could be up to 28 knots, so we need to be careful there. We're going to set up on 2.7 as a comp operation. If there's comp scrubs, we may possibly put the club operation around onto 2.3, and if they scrub, we'll be getting the wind shouts as well. And special rate aerotows only whilst we have got the comps going on. There'll be 4K21s available all day, one on trial flights, one on the booking system, Sushil Bajpai was instructing all day in that, and 3K13s and the remaining K21s are available. Couple of people, Val, I think, a couple of people got AK21 booked throughout some part of the day. All single seaters are otherwise booked. Remind about the buggies, please. Not insured. Must sit on the seats. Simulator is available. Here's the booking list. Sushil all day. He's got one student in the morning, one in the afternoon, so he's not going to be overly busy. All the single seat, all the discuses are away at comps or at this comp. Fowler's got a K21 book for the morning. Neil has got one book for the afternoon or later in the afternoon. And otherwise, all the other gliders are either booked or available. So operating today, then we're going to be same place as the last 2 days. We're going to set up a club operation, Grass North. The cob will be gridding on 2.7. All our club circuits, please, will be a northerly circuit to land on 2.7, either any of the grass areas north of the runway. Pictorially, so we'll be operating as the usual place. There is the reminder, there's this buffer zone through the middle. It's clearly marked in the grass now. And there are 3 southerly runways, the tarmac, the grass centre and the grass south. The guys, if they get away today, are going to be coming in from the north. So they're going to be coming down on the eastern side and then hanging a right and landing on 2.7 long, 2 on the tarmac, 2.7 long on the grass. And if anyone who really does have a problem, then the grass north will be available, albeit probably going to be full of our gliders. Okay, so the competition's got everything south and we've got everything north. So if you're unsure about that, please just speak to me before you get airborne and we'll ensure that's sorted out and you're clear. Okay, I'll see you out on the airfield a little bit later. It's going to be a bit of a challenging day, but I think we'll get to reasonable soaring out of the day, just maybe a bit more local. Okay, I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.